I drink the blood and eat the loot and breathe the numbers because I am a monster.
Welcome to NodCast, episode 12. Tonight we have a lot of content to cover, and my name is Browser Game God, also known as Eric B, as you probably know that already. So again, this is episode 12, Q&A, and updates reviewed. Also, I want to let you guys know Billy's status in jail. So, that being said, we will get right to it. So, just want to start with the updates from the game, going back just a little bit, right back to 3/8/24. Coming this month, our largest ever PvE content patch, 8 new zones with 24 new creatures. These will be various levels from 100 to new heights. An updated paper map and world map will show these new zones as well as previous zones that were added in the past but not updated on maps. All heroic and 100 plus level creatures difficulty will be modified, reducing the effectiveness of cheesy tactics such as stun, blind, spamming, and giving these creatures new abilities. Strengths and weaknesses. 3 types of PvE tempers will be introduced that will allow players to build up powers and resistances versus high-level creatures. Level 99 plus quests will be reset so everyone can get a fresh start on them. So this update is obviously already happened from 3.8. And again, we're just covering these updates just in case you just need a small refresher. I always do. 3.9, also with the release of the PvE March patch, Javel and Merfolk Island rebalancing salesmanship buff. So them two areas, the mob creatures were out of whack uh, with the
Wow,
linear
Eric
progression
dominating the arena. Their
of the
skills
game.
are top tier
Also,
for sure. Can't wait to see
I
more
think the
epic
boss was way
battles
too high
unfold.
for that. So that was 3.9. Moving all the way up to 3.17. He had the ultimate alt package where you could get all the upgrades for 99 bucks. That was a limited time deal. That's over now. Some notes on the new expansion, the PvE expansion, would be there are 10 new zones, 5 of which are on the surface and visible on the world map and paper map. So there must be 5 zones that are dungeons. That's fair. All heroic and level 100 plus creatures have new strengths and weaknesses, such as the ability to shatter, cast DOTs, adrenaline rush, listless, or on the flip side, a greater likelihood to get hit by a specific attack or gem color types. So the mobs do a lot more now. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you want the mobs to be versatile and stuff like that. So let's see. All creatures will still have the same HP as before. This is because our intent was not to change non-heroic farming speeds in levels 105 or below. Self-explanatory. PvE temper essences cannot be rebought if sold to the store. They can be used and unsoulbound, which degrades them with the enchanting rod. So you can use the enchanting rod to unsoulbound your essences, the new essences, and then you could sell them. But they get degraded during that process. PvE tempers are effective versus any level creature that is well above your level. Okay. All level 100 plus quests and boss kills have been reset. Berserk, a creature ability. Damage increases at half the rate of before to allow for longer fights if necessary. Alright, that's fair. Creatures will have less apox, a greater variety of gems, but will focus more specifically on certain types of gems in different zones. Creatures' AoEs are much weaker than before. Area of effect. So that was an update on 3.17. 3.18. The chances of getting a gold nugget from a gift box have been increased. The lock of hair and Sovereign's brooch no longer require heroic kills to obtain. So you get more gold nuggets from gift boxes. And you got some funny emotes. And, again, if you're just joining us, we're just covering these updates. Ooh. Hey there, Francis. Turn my chat on. There. How are you guys tonight, anyways? I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm a little late on my NodCast. Had to take care of some stuff. Mark Francis also wanting to add, they also carry clone gems that can get nasty. So that's something to think about. I could see that being pretty nasty. Thank you for that, Mark. It's I like the PVE update. I haven't played around with it too much because I've been working on my character. I've been working on the arena
Sorry, I
right
can't do
now.
that. But you should totally follow Browser
But I
Game
just want
God
to
for
continue.
more Nodiatis adventures.
So this is from 320. Rune and Silk drops have been buffed much more in heroic mode. PvE tempers now go up faster at the start and max out at 1,000% to better exemplify their true power. Players who actively test things will notice that it doesn't take a whole lot of PvE tempering. Don't neglect your defense to be able to kill creatures that you are not able to kill prior to tempering. So tempering is pretty effective, he's saying. Very little effort is needed, in fact, unless you were an ultimate slayer to surpass what normal creatures you were able to kill before. Heroics are tough as nails, but the highest gear items now drop off standard bosses. So with a decent tempering, you might even be able to get the lock of hair in your own group without having to hire mercenaries to prop you up. And that was from 320. 321, silk drops are getting another buff, and heroic essence drops are getting a nerf. Appreciate everybody's time tonight. We're just going over the reviews or the updates to Nodiatus. So everybody gets a quick refresher. I'm Browser Game God, known as Eric B, and this is NodCast episode 12. We will be talking about Billy in a bit. He did go to jail. He was on our Discord channel live, up to turning himself in to the police, and we'll get to that soon. We're just gonna cover the rest of these announcements. It's quite the story. So going to all the way up to 322. The amount of hot, sweaty man meat that is colliding in parting ways in the Nodiatus arena has never been hotter or sweatier. Come be a part of the carnage. So it's just showing some of the PVE tops list here on the announcements page. I know you can't see it. Also, as you can see, the newly rebalanced highest ever level creatures are putting up quite a fight. They clone your gems, as Mark said, and they steal your wamons. Then they shatter your gems and haunt your dreams. But someone must rise and conquer them. Let the spoils go to the victor. The first person who is able to fell the Haunts boss in normal difficulty will receive 1,000 game credit. The first group to do the same in heroic difficulty will receive a new legendary and 2 master copies. Those tops list, you can't see them, so I'm not going to talk about them. So that was 322, and then 325. Players can opt to have their highest ever experience total reduced to their current experience total, plus 1 million if they wish. This would be done to reduce the tier of silk required for PvE essences. We do not recommend this. Even if you calculate that you will save some money on silks versus trophy cost, you are not taking into account the money lost when having to farm an increasingly difficult amount of PvE essences on a character that you are making less efficient. That's a good point. If you think you will just be farming essences on another character to hand over, you don't realize how difficult that is. And you have been warned, your boon status will remain unchanged, but you will only be 1 million experience away from crossing the threshold where you lose it. So I don't recommend doing that at all. So moving to 327, gift boxes that would have previously had resources bounties will have a more valuable, in
I
nearly
agree.
every case, a gold
NodCast is
nugget
definitely
instead.
entertaining to watch. The gameplay is so engaging.
Thank you.
What's your favorite
I appreciate it,
aspect of
guys.
the game?
So instead of getting resources or something like that, you're just more likely to get a gold nugget. And so the worst drop you can get out of a gift box now, I would say, would be a TC. 331, runes that give you pure AC will now only have their full effect at level 85 and will scale linearly before that. They will show the correct scaled value based on your level when you look at them. These runes were far too powerful in low level ranges. Okay. So 4-1. Rest your eyes. As of client, whatever, the yellowing of faces to indicate potential clan warfare will no longer show up except on local zones. Um, so when you're in town, you won't see yellow faces anymore, basically. 4-2. A bug involving high-level creatures being able to resist gem effects that should be unresistible, such as 100% remain in place stun immune auroras, has been found and fixed. 4-5, Calamari is now on the menu. Check this link. It's a new face. He came up with some new faces there. That's all that is. So, and then 4-8. 4-8, common, uncommon, rare, and epic staves, piercers, whips, and bows have been buffed greatly in some cases to make first time leveling with these less used starter builds far more efficient. It's easier for new players to get going in the game. That's all it is. That's nice. Mana reduction and energy reduction runes, both buffed. These are good for leveling players that cast frequently and can't make low level gems very efficient. Just again making it a bit easier for lower level players to experiment with different builds specifically. Reduced rune power activation cost of rank 5 runes. New social skill governance. This skill reduces the cost for you to activate a rune in a clan vault based on a level weighted moving average of the population of your clan. Only soldiers and above count toward population, and a level 42 player would only count as half a person. The skill is not linear. When maxed, a clan with a level weighted population of 10 instead of 100 would get roughly a 69% reduction in rune activation cost. That's really nice for small clans. And you may have missed some of the recent drama some players have taken to clan battling opponents without first gaining consent. Okay. That was when Rip was going around clan battling people. People were getting pissed. So what happened was he changed it. Victors of clan battles now auto loot all non-town trophies in the same manner as PKs do. This is all trophies. So I'm not going to go over this too much because he reverted all this. I think we all know that. Long story short, he made it so that when you clan battled somebody, you got all their trophies, no matter where they were. That lasted maybe a week, not even. And he took it all away. He left the skill governance that has to do with your clans, which is separate from this. But as of right now, when you clan battle somebody, you can only get one stack of trophies, not all of them, and there's no cooldown timer for the aggressor. So all that was
Wow, Eric is dominating the arena. Can anyone challenge them? The competition must be fierce. Stay strong, Eric.
that was fucking weird. That was Billy. That was fucking weird. That was Billy. Yeah, I got him as my AI. I had to double check my phone. I thought I was being hacked or something. So every time my AI bot says something, it fades into the stream and says whatever it's gonna say. But I changed the image of the AI bot to Billy, and I gave it some girl's voice for fun. So moving on. The drop rate for PvE temper essences has been increased on 4.11. 4.13. When chests of gold contain more than 1,000 gold, as many small and medium gold nuggets as possible will enter your inventory in place of the gold. The remainder is added to your gold as normal. This prevents people from avoiding clan battle looting by boss farming. They auto stack. And small gold nuggets will auto convert to medium gold nuggets as their stack in size is above 10. I think we all have seen that happen lately. I like it personally. It's not bad. Players can no longer escape combat if their escape square is a town and they are being stalked for PvP combat. This is 414. You are able to right click and sell stacks of nuggets without a warning pop up. It's convenient. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. We're just going over the reviews of the last month, keeping up to date with everything. And then we're going to talk about Billy and his trip to jail after this. So that was 414 with the Nuggets. 415, clearing up a popular misconception. In the latest patch and in the past, we have attempted to push Snowdiatus toward more open world PvP. This latest patch reversal has cemented our thinking that it is a mistake to try and make Nodiatus more PvP centric. We already have a competitive PvP scene in the arena with huge rewards. We will not be attempting to mix PvE farming and PvP in the future. The PK system that exists gets criticized for low participation, but perhaps that is exactly how it should work. On the rare occasion that someone decides to PK, it provides danger and excitement, but only for short periods of time, i.e., until players form up and eradicate the threat. Long periods of stress that prevent people from farming peacefully are not something that we or other players want, and I agree. I hope everybody's doing good tonight too. Chat. thanks for stopping in, saying hello, and appreciate your time very much. And that was the last announcement, 4:15. Today's 4:20, ironically. So that was just a, you know, a 1 month recap of what's going on, where we are today in the game, and that's good to do. It's good to refresh every once in a while. So we're gonna take a small commercial break, and when I come back, well, I'm gonna tell you guys about Billy, what happened. He was on video on our No Dietist
I can't
server
perform actions
on
like
Discord
following or subscribing on
when
Twitch,
he went to jail.
but showing support by following them can help Browser Game God grow their community.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the show after that small commercial break. So now it's time to talk about Billy. So here's the deal. We all hang out in Discord. You know, there's video, audio, and he was apparently, for whatever reason, on some sort of parole in Australia, where he couldn't, do drugs or anything like that. And he was partying every night, doing hard shit on, on video or whatever. Not that we care, but it looks like it caught up with him because he was saying that in Australia, their police or military, whatever, they can just go to anybody's house anytime they want and just check you out. And they must have went and checked on him, found all of his stuff, and he ended up going to having to go back to jail. So he said he'd turn himself in, so they allowed him to turn himself in a couple days afterwards, and he was on video with us as he was getting ready to go to turn himself into the police and go to jail, which is for 18 months. So he went to KFC. He got baked. He went to KFC, ate a bunch of food, and he was talking to Raph and a few of us on Discord. He's like, "Man, I gotta go turn myself in, dude. It's it's not something you probably want to do, but he did the right thing." So we had him up on film all the way up to the police station. So he went and fucking turned himself in, and he's looking at 18 months of hard time. And I guess we're going to have to see. Hey, Ace. We're just talking about fucking Billy going to jail. And how he was on Discord video the whole time. Turning himself in. He got high out of his mind, went to KFC, and then proceeded to turn himself into the police station. So he's going to be away for about 18 months. That's with good behavior. So probably looking at 24 months with Billy. What do you think about this shit, Ace? And it's just the funniest shit in the world. Fuck. So yeah, I mean, I think he's a good dude, honestly. I don't think he'd ever hurt anybody, but fuck. He has some addiction issues, that's for sure. But I love Billy. I hope he gets out quick. I hope he gets out on good behavior. And it's I don't know what's going to happen to him in jail. Hopefully he makes it. He's probably going to be someone's play toy, most likely. It's not gay in jail. It's all dominance. So we can only wish Billy the best of luck. I got a donation tip for Billy's bond at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom of my channel. And we can send him some money so he can eat. I don't know how that works. Our prisons have a commissary system where they can buy food and stuff like that. But in Australia, I don't know. But that's what's going on with Billy. And I'll keep you updated with any information if he dies or something or gets out, whatever. So, not much more to be said about that except it's hilarious. We talked about the arena. Did we? Well, I guess I could talk a little bit about my
You can
arena
click the heart
situation.
icon to follow the channel for updates.
There's Billy right there.
Subscribing helps support Browser Game God with perks like emotes and ad-free viewing.
That's fucking funny. But I re-rolled the Arcanist, and it's been going pretty good. Worked my way up to about, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th in the rankings. And I got to max some epic skills. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to say, I hope everybody does really well in the arena this year. I hope everybody gets, the best reward they could possibly get. The best of luck to everybody. The arena, outside the arena, we're all friends, and the arena is what it is. So I wish everybody the best of luck with the arena this season. I also want to hit on the stream schedule. It's been kind of wacky lately. I've been on vacation, so it's been kind of weird. My schedule's been a little weird, but it maintains. Monday, we do a regular no dietus stream of my gameplay of whichever I'm doing at the moment. This normal gameplay. And that's Monday at 1700 hours server time. Wednesday, I've been doing a browser game review, which is or moving towards a different, just a RPG review because there's not many browser games. So it's just gonna be a review of a game to help build our base here on the stream, and also I do promotions for Twitch for these games. But I like to keep them separate from No Dietus. So we'll talk about that later. No Dietus is my forever game. I will play this game forever. I will try and promote this game to wherever I go on other RPG platforms. And I think this is the best game there is out there right now. And on Saturdays, we do our NodCast. All 1700 hours server time. I'm late tonight by a couple hours, but I still made it, still did it. That's all that matters. There's no live guest tonight. We just did a simple Q&A. And I'm taking questions and answers from chat. If you have any questions for me or about what I do, or any personal questions, if you want to get to know me better, whatever, feel free to ask. Again, I like to stream. It's a hobby of mine. I work full time out of prison, and it's just a fun hobby for me to do. It's enjoyable. It's relaxing, and I have a wife, a kid, and if you guys have any questions about me, just I don't mind answering questions. I just want to touch base with you guys. All of you have been fantastic in the support for the stream. Really, with all the subscriptions and follows, I never thought I would do this well with no streaming experience or anything like that. But I think NodCast is pretty cool. It's important for me to expand in different ways. So I would try a couple of these different game reviews only once a week, but keeping No Dietus my primary focus and not losing sight of my base there or here. And everything can be found on my channel page under the About section.
Wow.
Everything
Eric is
there.
dominating in the
to
arena.
find.
Their skills are on fire tonight.
There's Billy again.
What a champ.
But yeah, I mean, I genuinely appreciate all of your support, all the subscriptions and follows. Really appreciate it. And it motivates me to keep pushing forward and taking the time to make things look cool. I'm always trying to add stuff, and we're using several different pieces of software. We're using Streamlabs OBS, right? We're using the Twitch Stream Manager right now. We got Stream Elements open. We got our AI chat window open. And YouTube dashboard, YouTube Studio. So we got a lot of things running and no dietist. Try and keep everything square, 5x5. So we covered that. I wrote a list. I want to cover everything, so I think, as I said, we don't have a live special guest tonight. It's mostly my fault, but again, stuff happens, and I thank you all. So we all wish Billy the best of luck, and I appreciate any support or subscriptions or follows again. And I want to tell you all to have a very nice weekend. I know it's Saturday night, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. And just going to wrap it up. We're going to find somebody to raid if you guys want to stick around just for another couple minutes. I know people tend to leave when I say we're shutting it down, but I want to raid somebody if you guys don't mind. It's good for who I'm raiding, and maybe one day they raid me back. But it's funny because we've done so many streams and we've raided so many people, and I have never yet been raided. But I will continue the raid until somebody raids me. But no, it's really, guys, have a very good weekend. Be safe. Play some Nod. Grind it out. Buy some TCs from Glitch. He needs it. Every time someone blisses, it just essentially goes to the game. Hopefully, or maybe it goes to ordering a bunch of pizzas that Glitch likes to eat pizza. But I love you all very much, and I'm going to go find somebody to raid on my PC right here and get that started, and I'll come right back and say goodbye one more time. So we're going to raid our buddy here, Nova. I've raided him before. He's pretty cool, dude. We've become friends. So I'm going to send this through. I appreciate your time again. And have a very, very good weekend. And I look forward to our next session together so we can hang out and do whatever. So good night, guys. I'm going to send you to the raid now. I'm going to hit the button.
We appreciate it as always. I'll do this time.
Welcome to Galaxy.
Browser. Dang it, I was really just